Friends, today's lesson is taken from geography book and it's the third chapter named Our Changing Earth. In the second chapter, we already have studied about the interior of the earth, in which we studied about the lithosphere. So, now we shall start reading. The lithosphere is broken into a number of plates known as the lithospheric plates. Now, these lithospheric plates, what are they? They are in the Earth's crust consists of several small, big, and irregular shaped plates which carry continents and the ocean floor. Okay. Now, these plates moves very slowly and it takes years for them to move, milliliters of each year. Hmm? And this is because of the movement of the molten magma present inside the earth. Molten magma is present inside the earth. The molten magma inside the earth moves in a circular way. It moves in a circular way, and this movement is very slow. We cannot easily feel this. Now, the movement of this place causes changes on the surface of the earth. Now, this movement only causes, the circular movement only causes the changes on the surface of the earth. The earth's movements are divided on the basis of the forces which causes them. Now, this is divided into two forces. This movement is divided into two forces, and which are these two forces? Endogenic force and exogenic force. Endo means inner, exo means outside. That is the movement inside interior of the earth and the movement outside of the earth, that is on the surface of the earth. These two movement, inside and outside movement, only makes the changes which is caused on the earth. Now, one by one, let's see the endogenic force first. Endogenic force, in this we get two kinds of force. One is sudden force and other is dystrophic force. This sudden force is it erupts suddenly, like earthquake, volcano, and landslides. It's a sudden. And then dystrophic force, it is very slow. Even years and years is been taken for the movement, and then uh, a new changes comes up. For example, building of the mountains, and even we can take an example of formation of Himalayas. It's also an example of dystrophic forces. Now, exogenic force. This is also of two kind. This happens because of the two kind, erosional force and depositional force. Now, this erosional and depositional, this could be with the help of river, wind, sea waves, or glaciers. This erosional and depositional can take place with the help of river, wind, sea waves, and glaciers. Now, let's come back to the endogenic force, the interior force. What changes does it make? That we will study one by one. Okay, first is volcano. You can see a picture of volcano over here. Okay, this is the magma chamber. Volcano erupts when the inner material gets heated up and it's unable to hold itself inside the mountain regions. When it erupts, there is a flow of magma, and in this magma flows out through an opening, and this opening is called vent. Material what comes out is called as lava. There is the upper section, it looks like a lake, and it is called as a crater. Okay. Now, next we'll learn about earthquake. The lithospheric plates, when they move, the surface of the earth vibrates. The vibration can travel all around the earth, and this vibration is called earthquakes. Now, the place in the crust of the earth where the movement start is called as focus, and just top of that, just above of it, parallel to it, the movement which is followed just above the focus on the surface of the earth, that place is called as epicenter. Okay, and then A maximum damage will take place near the epicenter and the closest areas of epicenter, because when these waves they move outwards from the epicenter,